Coming up next on Passion Struck. Remember, life is like a canvas and you hold the brush. Each stroke, fueled by passion and guided by perseverance and intentionality, shapes a life filled with personal satisfaction and achievement. Embrace this journey with courage and witness the unfolding of a life lived with purpose and fulfillment. Welcome to Passion Struck. Hi, I'm your host, John R. Miles, and on the show, we decipher the secrets, tips, and guidance of the world's most inspiring people and turn their wisdom into practical advice for you and those around you. Our mission is to help you unlock the power of intentionality so that you can become the best version of yourself. If you're new to the show, I offer advice and answer listener questions on Fridays. We have long-form interviews the rest of the week with guests ranging from astronauts to authors, CEOs, creators, innovators, scientists, military leaders, visionaries, and athletes. Now, let's go out there and become Passion Struck. Take a moment to reflect. Is my life truly fulfilling? Am I living it to its fullest? Honestly, most of us might find that the answer to those questions is no. It's common to find ourselves navigating through life on autopilot, merely going through our days without a conscious, intentional effort to infuse them with meaning. Our identities become tied to external markers, the cars we drive, the size of our homes, our financial status, and the circles that we move in. But isn't life supposed to be more than a collection of superficial measures? I too found myself in this very state, merely coasting through life, but not actively engaging in it. This all changed dramatically after a pivotal moment, a life-altering encounter where I faced an intruder at gunpoint. This harrowing experience was a profound wake-up call. It starkly highlighted to me that life isn't about passively riding the waves of circumstance. It's about actively setting your sail and navigating through the currents, even if that means swimming against the tides. This incident brought to light critical truth that is often missed. We are capable of so much more than merely drifting through our days. Real fulfillment doesn't happen by accident. It's intentionally sculpted. It's about deliberately creating moments rather than allowing precious time to slip away. From this realization, my perspective completely shifted. I discovered that life is truly a canvas for action creation. Embracing this mindset is key to transforming everyday existence into intention, purpose, and fulfillment. We all have unique purposes that only we were put on this earth to fulfill. And it is up to us to make meaningful contributions to society using our innate talents and capabilities. Our lives are meant to be lived more than just a pursuit of material wealth or fleeting possessions. Through my own journey, I've unearthed the deep connection between passion and perseverance, what's often termed grit, and the crucial role of intentionality in weaving these together to form a life of true fulfillment. In today's episode, I'm going to dive deeper into how these different elements interact and reinforce each other, drawing insights from my upcoming book, Passion Struck, 12 Powerful Principles to Unlock Your Purpose and Ignite Your Most Intentional Life. I explore how the amalgamation of passion, perseverance, and intentionality can illuminate a path to a life that resonates with our deepest values and aspirations. Join me as I share my own transition from an unintentional life to embracing a life enriched with passion, underpinned by perseverance, and guided by intentionality. It's a journey that redefines what it means to live fully, not just existing, but thriving with purpose and fulfillment. I'm going to start today's episode out by discussing my own personal journey. There was a time when my life was the epitome of societal success. I had ascended to the pinnacle of my career, holding positions like the chief executive officer of a technology company, a member of the coveted Fortune 50 C-suite, a practice leader in a Big Four consulting firm, and a decorated naval officer. My achievements were adorned with numerous accolades, marking a path that many would envy. Yet, beneath this veneer of success, I was operating on autopilot, achieving milestones that seemed impressive externally, but lacked personal fulfillment. In retrospect, what I considered to be a dynamic career was actually a series of roles that left me feeling uninspired and misaligned with my true purpose. I was wearing a mask, not confronting the stagnation that was preventing me from reaching my true potential. Despite financial security and material comforts, a profound sense of unmattering, emotional emptiness, and disconnection persisted. The root of my discontent was a misalignment of my actions with my intrinsic values and goals. I had placed too much emphasis on societal benchmarks of success, wealth, status, recognition, that I neglected the most critical aspects of life, such as meaningful relationships, personal passions, health, and creating a lasting legacy. In essence, I was living a life that was designed by external expectations rather than one that was guided by my inner compass. For years, I was so immersed in what I believed I ought to do that I ceased to listen to my heart, plight that many can relate to. This realization marked a pivotal moment in my life. Upon recognizing the hollowness of my achievements, it dawned on me that while I had been driven by the passion for success and achievement and had persevered through numerous challenges, I had not been living intentionally in harmony with my true purpose and values. It was then that I decided to take control and shift my focus towards personal growth. Over time, this journey led me to a purpose that resonated with my inner core, a more profound, divinely influenced calling to heal and uplift others, to realize their fullest potential, and to lead lives rich in fulfillment and purpose. I wanted to help others overcome the person that I once was. My journey since has been about fostering a framework for others to achieve success, joy, and fulfillment that align with their truest selves. Through my upcoming book, this podcast, speaking, my YouTube channel, and the Passion Struck brand, I am committed to helping high achievers unlock and nurture their potential, discover their purpose, and live intentionally. In sharing my journey, I aim to illuminate the profound impact of aligning one's life not just with passion and perseverance, but combined with intentionality. This alignment with our core values and purpose is the key to transforming from a life of mere achievements to one of true fulfillment and meaning. It's a journey from success being defined by the world to being defined by your soul. So now that I've given you a glimpse into the transformation that I undertook, it's crucial to understand a concept that forms the bedrock of my journey, and that concept is grit. Angela Duckworth, in her exploration of grit, defines it as our ability to persevere, overcome, and keep going no matter how tough things get. This resilience transcends simple endurance. It embodies a profound commitment to long-term goals, fueled by genuine passion. Grit gives us the strength to stay true to our visions, despite the challenges we inevitably face. On our paths, we encounter significant obstacles. Scientists have found that it's typically 5 to 7 significant ones during our lifetimes. But it is through this consistent exercise of resilience, dedication, and persistence that distant dreams turned into tangible realities. In fact, at a landmark study done at the United States Military Academy, known as West Point, researchers embarked on an exploration of how grit plays a crucial role in achieving goals. The study, involving over 11,000 cadets across their 4 challenging years, also assessed other non-cognitive factors like physical ability, leading to surprising insights about success. The key attributes that were analyzed were cognitive ability, defined as the capability for reasoning, problem solving, abstract thinking, quick learning, and learning from experience. Physical ability, measured in terms of strength, speed, and overall physical capability. And finally, grit, a combination of passion and perseverance towards long-term goals. The findings, published in the journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences in 2019, showed an unexpected negative correlation between cognitive ability and physical ability in grit. Cadets with higher cognitive abilities tended to exhibit lower levels of physical ability and grit. While cognitive ability was a strong predictor of academic and military grades, it was physical ability and grit that determined whether cadets successfully completed their plebe summers and had the fortitude to graduate from West Point. Dr. Michael Weathers, contributing author of the report and a professor at West Point, emphasized the need for a combination of cognitive and non-cognitive skills for achieving success. He highlighted the importance of incorporating attributes like passion and perseverance into our understanding of success. As many of you listeners know, I attended the Naval Academy, which is a very similar experience to going through West Point. And my time attending the Academy profoundly influenced my understanding of success, emphasizing the critical role of grit. Indeed, grit was a cornerstone in my journey towards success, completing plebe summer and eventually graduating. However, my experience taught me that grit, while invaluable, was not the sole ingredient for true achievement. A vital component was missing: intentionality. While Duckworth and Matthews in their studies rightly identify grit as a core attribute in achieving success, it's important to recognize that intentionality is equally, if not more, important. Intentionality involves understanding the significance of our life goals and directing our behaviors and actions towards achieving them. It also means recognizing what we're not aiming for, thus providing clarity around our aspirations and guiding where we should invest our focus and our time. This clarity is what differentiates achieving mere success from attaining self-realization. At the Naval Academy, just like at West Point, I believe my success was not merely a combination of cognitive and non-cognitive skills. It involved setting goals with a clear purpose, understanding the significance behind each challenge I went through, and aligning my actions with my deeper values and objectives. This harmonious blend of grit and intentionality was crucial, transforming my journey from mere survival in a rigorous environment to thriving with a sense of purpose and direction. My experience thus revealed a broader truth. While the West Point study clearly underscores the importance of grit in success, it becomes evident that grit's true potential is only unlocked when coupled with intentionality. It's the synergy of enduring passion, relentless perseverance, and a deliberate, purpose-driven approach that paves the way for a truly successful and fulfilling life. In fact, in a podcast interview that I did with Katie Milkman, co-founder of the Behavior Change for Good initiative with Angela Duckworth, I discussed the importance of intentionality. I stated, "I can have all the grit in the world. However, I will not reach my end goal if I don't know how to drive towards it intentionally." Milkman concurred, noting that Angela Duckworth herself would not view grit as the sole ingredient for success. She pointed out that situation modification, which essentially equates to intentionality, is an absolutely crucial component. It involves recognizing that if our current situation does not support our long-term goals, then changes are necessary. This conversation and my own observations led me to define a theory on why some people achieve becoming self-realized while others do not. The theory builds upon Duckworth's work in her book Grit and integrates the crucial component of intentionality, drawing parallels from the second law of thermodynamics, which states that energy is wasted in transformation and systems move towards entropy without energy input. This theory applies similarly to goal achievement. If you have a goal, you must actively invest energy into making choices aligned with that goal to avoid inertia. This is the essence of intentionality, directing our mindset, behaviors, beliefs, and actions in harmony with our character, goals, and our values. By harnessing the power of both grit combined with intentionality, we can create a more effective framework for achieving not only success, but a state of self-realization where our actions and our outcomes are in perfect alignment with our deepest aspirations. This realization about the interplay of grit and intentionality serves as a prelude to exploring deeper concepts of self-awareness and self-determination. As we venture into the thoughts and teachings of Carl Jung, Stephen Covey, Edward Deci, and Richard Ryan, we'll see how these ideas intricately weave together, offering a comprehensive framework for living a life that's not only fulfilling, but intentionally aligned with our deepest aspirations and values. As we progress from a life navigated on autopilot to one that is steeped in intentionality, passion, and perseverance, the pivotal role of self-awareness becomes increasingly apparent. Carl Jung, the distinguished Swiss psychiatrist and psychoanalyst, aptly noted, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." This insight highlights the critical importance of uncovering the subconscious elements that drive our thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, which often remain hidden beneath the surface of our everyday awareness. This concept of self-awareness dovetails with the principles of self-determination theory developed by psychologists Edward Deci and Richard Ryan. Their work delves into the human needs for autonomy, competence, and relatedness, emphasizing that fulfilling these needs is essential for psychological health and well-being. It's just like Stephen Covey's perspective on self-determination, where he states, "People who exercise their embryonic freedom," another word for saying self-determination, "day after day, little by little, expand that freedom." Deci and Ryan's theory highlights the transformative power of consciously choosing and directing our own lives, driven by intrinsic motivation and a sense of personal control. My journey mirrors these theories. Despite achieving conventional success, I realized that I was merely conforming to societal expectations, not living a life true to myself. This awakening was a turning point, leading me to embrace a life of intentionality. It became crystal clear to me that to forge the path I wanted to take, I needed to not only recognize, but to actively shape my subconscious motivations. As I delved deeper, it became evident that passion, perseverance, and intentionality are not isolated forces, but they're deeply interconnected. They collectively empower us to break free from a life on autopilot, enabling us to consciously navigate our journey towards more meaningful and fulfilling destinations. In the next sections, I will explore how these different elements, fortified by the principles of self-determination theory, create a dynamic synergy. This exploration is grounded in theory, science, and the practical experience of my transformation, as well as the wider mission of Passion Struck. It offers a roadmap to revolutionizing our approach to living, leading us to live lives that resonate with our deepest values and aspirations. So now I'm going to guide you into a deeper and more profound discussion on the interrelationship of passion, perseverance, and intentionality, and how these different elements work together to foster personal and professional success. Each component plays a unique role, and their synergy can lead to remarkable achievements. The first component, passion, think of it as the driving force. Passion often serves as the genesis of any pursuit. It's the intense emotion or enthusiasm one feels towards a particular activity or goal. This powerful force provides the motivation and the energy to pursue what one loves and believes in. Here are some of the key aspects that make up passion. The first is intrinsic motivation. Passion is fueled by internal desires, not external rewards. Joy and fulfillment. Engaging in activities that one is passionate about brings joy and a sense of fulfillment. Passion also drives creativity, encouraging individuals to think outside the box and to innovate. Then there's perseverance, which you can think of as the sustaining power. Perseverance is the steadfastness in doing something despite the difficulty or the delay in achieving your goals or success. It's about staying the course, even when faced with challenges or setbacks. And here are some key components of perseverance. The first is resilience, the ability to bounce back from failures and to continue moving forward. The second is consistency. Regular effort over time, even in small amounts, leads to significant progress. And third, long-term vision, keeping the end goal in sight, even when the path is difficult. And then there is intentionality, which you can think of as steering the course. Intentionality is about intentionally setting goals and making decisions that align with one's values and aspirations. It is the deliberate action in steering one's life in a chosen direction. Here are some key aspects of intentionality. The first is goal setting, which is clearly defining what one wants to achieve. The second is mindful decision making, making choices that are in alignment with our goals and our values. The third is focus and clarity, maintaining focus on the objectives and understanding the reasoning behind them. And then lastly, let's look at the interrelationship between the three, which creates a synergistic effect. When passion, perseverance, and intentionality are combined, they create a powerful force that can greatly enhance professional and personal growth. Passion fuels perseverance. The love for what one does makes it easier to persist through challenges. Perseverance, on the other hand, strengthens passion. Continued effort can deepen one's passion as they overcome obstacles and see progress. And then intentionality drives passion and perseverance. Knowing why you're doing something gives direction to your passion and perseverance, making your efforts more focused and effective. And then lastly, there's the feedback loop. Success and learning from each step further fuel passion, encouraging more perseverance and more intentional actions. The combination of passion, perseverance, and intentionality is a potent formula for success. Passion ignites the spark, perseverance keeps the flame burning, and intentionality ensures that the fire is directed towards meaningful and achievable goals. Understanding and cultivating each element can lead to a fulfilling journey towards personal and professional fulfillment. So now that I've gone over the synergy of passion, perseverance, and intentionality, it's important that I convey to you, how do you incorporate this into one's life? The integration of these components has been a transformative part of my own journey, shaping both my personal and my professional paths. Let's first talk about passion in action. For me, passion isn't just a fleeting emotion, but a guiding beacon. It manifests in my daily activities, whether it's the projects I undertake or the different hobbies I pursue. Here are some different ways that I channel my passion. The first is I do it in the pursuit of interest. I dedicate time to activities that ignite my enthusiasm, whether it's writing, podcasting, or engaging in other creative endeavors. This commitment ensures my days are filled with tasks that I love, driving my motivation, my productivity. It also fosters continuous learning. I continuously seek new knowledge and experience in areas that fascinate me. It's one of the reasons that I read over 100 books a year. This quest for learning keeps passion alive and thriving for me. Now let's discuss perseverance as a practice. Perseverance you can think of as my steadfast ally, especially when I face challenges. For me, it's about maintaining focus and resilience in the pursuit of my goals. Here's how I embody perseverance. When faced with failures or obstacles, I focus on learning from these experiences rather than being discouraged by them. This mindset helps me to bounce back stronger. I also make sure to consistently work towards my goals, even through my small daily actions. This consistency is the key to making steadfast progress. And then lastly, there's intentionality in decision making. Intentionality is the compass that drives my decisions and my actions. It ensures that my efforts are aligned with my core values as well as my long-term objectives. Here's how I practice intentionality. I regularly set and review my goals to ensure that they align with my personal values and my professional and personal aspirations. This clarity guides my actions and the choices that I make daily. And speaking of these mindful choices, each decision that I make, I've learned to weigh against my goals and my values. This deliberate approach that I've learned to master ensures that my actions are purpose-driven and that they're aligned with my desired direction. And if you want to learn how you can pursue this deeper, one of the giveaways that I'm providing if you pre-order my book is the Deliberate Action Process ebook, which is over 50 pages of detailed instructions and worksheets that you can use to develop a deliberate mindset yourself. You can find that on the Passion Struck website on the book page. And then there's the synergistic application of all three elements. In applying these different principles, I have found that my passion fuels perseverance. The love for what I do makes it easier for me to face challenges. My passion provides the energy to persist in the face of adversity, or even when I have grueling back-to-back days. My perseverance deepens my passion. As I overcome hurdles and see the progress that I've made, my passion grows even stronger. And lastly, my intentionality guides them both. By understanding why I am pursuing certain goals, I can direct my passion and my perseverance more effectively, ensuring that my efforts are not only persistent, but also purposeful and strategic. The integration of passion, perseverance, and intentionality has been instrumental in my journey to creating a fulfilling life. This approach has not only lit the initial spark, but has also kept the flame of achievement burning brightly, guided in the direction that I choose to fulfill my aspirations. By cultivating each of these elements, I have carved a path filled with both personal satisfaction and professional achievement. This blueprint is a testament to the transformative power of combining these dynamic forces in one's life. So as you ponder your life's direction, it becomes imperative to understand how societal expectations and external validations may have clouded your true ambitions. Stepping away from an autopilot existence starts with a mindset that's geared towards introspection as well as deliberate living. Identify what excites you, fuels your curiosity, and aligns with your true passions. Remember that life is your canvas and you hold the brush to paint it with colors that reflect your true unique essence. By choosing a path that's driven by purpose as opposed to living on autopilot, you'll find a deeper sense of joy and fulfillment. Remember that each day presents an opportunity to infuse your life with meaning. Embrace the principles of passion to fuel your endeavors. Leverage perseverance to overcome obstacles, and apply intentionality to ensure that your actions are aligned with your values and deepest aspirations. By doing so, you'll transform your life into a masterpiece of your own design, rich with personal satisfaction and professional success. This journey is not without its challenges, but as you navigate them, you'll find the journey itself enriches your experience, bringing a sense of achievement and joy that only comes with living a life true to yourself. In closing, let this journey serve as a catalyst for you to embark on a path to a passion-struck life, a life where every decision, every action, and every moment is a reflection of your deepest values and aspirations. Embark on this path with an open heart and unwavering determination, and watch as your life unfolds into a fulfilling and meaningful legacy. I hope you all enjoyed the show, and I wanted to thank everyone who wrote in this week, and especially those who listened. You're about to hear a preview of the Passion Struck podcast I did with retired NASA astronaut Dr. Mike Massimino. From growing up as a working class kid with dreams as vast as the cosmos to strapping himself into a NASA space shuttle and orbiting our beautiful planet, Mike has experienced a journey that is nothing short of extraordinary. In our interview, we discuss his new book, Moonshot, which is not just a memoir, it's a roadmap for success, packed with wisdom and the unique perspective of a man who's seen the Earth from a vantage point that few ever will.
There's a chapter in the book that talks about it's called Be Amazed. Looking at our planet from space, I thought I was looking into absolute paradise and can't imagine any place being more beautiful than our planet, our home. As far as us mattering, I think we matter a lot because we got a really cool place to live. I believe that there is life other places. I don't think we've encountered it yet, but I think we're going to find each other at some point. But I would be shocked if wherever they are, they have a place as beautiful as our planet. And I think we are in a very unique spot. It's a complete and utter paradise that we're living in. I think you see its true beauty from space. And maybe that's what people define as the overview effect.
Remember that we rise by lifting others. So share the show with those that you love. And if you found my episode useful today, then definitely share it with your friends and family. In the meantime, do your best to apply what you hear on the show so that you can live what you listen. Till next time, go out there and become passion struck.